Okay, welcome everyone to some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup Coinflip Greaterplayer Edition. Before we start, I just want to have a quick talk about, excuse me, something that's going to be happening for. Sorry, I'm on my second monitor. Something that's going to be happening for the future. For future videos, I'm going to be spoiler proofing these videos kind of by changing the length up. So, yesterday's video, I died. Spoiler alert. Probably should have said that beforehand, but look, honestly, I don't care. I died yesterday because I was playing poorly, and then I died at about 20 minutes in, which means that I can't restart the combo, and I can't I don't want to do a second combo because it makes the title spoilery. So I was really like in this awkward position where I'm like, am I supposed to record more, or am I supposed to stop, or do I like record a little bit? And someone came up with the idea of, hey, why don't you do morgue analysis? Morgue analysis is something that, everyone kind of likes to see from time to time. And, yeah, it's pretty, it's pretty solid. It takes up some time. I can spend enough time to get all my videos to about 30-40 minutes. That way I can, not have to, so you never really know what's happening. And I can also get to a lot of morgue stuff that people want to look at. So, morgues are, your replays, effectively. So you can send in winning or losing ones based on whatever you feel. You can ask for improvements. You can just comment on, hey, that's a really funny game. Send in some ridiculous things, that kind of stuff. And I'll look through them and I'll just take a cheeky gander. I might give some serious tips. I might just comment on some stuff that you have, that kind of stuff. So over here, you'll see I just dragged into the window, I think. I hope. Yep, there we go. My morgue analysis form. So it's just going to be like this. Post your morgue here. So you just put your username in. So whatever your YouTube name is, if you want me to use that, or whatever your online name is fine as well. Whatever you basically want me to refer to you as. Your morgue file, so you can use Pastebin if you play offline, or you can just send me the URL from the crawl.thecrazyact.org servers, whichever one works best for you, and anything you want me to say out loud. So, for example, I have two responses right now from Ebering and Flugkiller. Not gonna spoil it yet because haven't died yet, but you will eventually get these read out. If the backlog builds too high, I'll make an morgue analysis video covering about half of them. So, say for example, I get 20 responses in the next 2 days, right? I'll be like, okay, shit, I have a lot of morgues to get through. Even if I die like every day for the next 5 days, I still won't make it through, right? Then in that case, what I'll do is I'll make a morgue video on its own, and I'll just continue it, and I'll just try to cut the backlog down. So I always have about 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 responses in the bank, and it lets me kind of just make sure that no video will ever go. You basically can't tell the difference between a game where I die, a video where I die, and a video where I don't. So yeah, it's a cool idea. Thank you for the person who suggested it. I really don't. I'm awful with names. I'm actually gonna go and look it up because it was a good thing. You gave me a great idea. It's Lisi the Crawler. There we go. That's it. He's the one. Yeah. So that was a good thing. The Strongest Barker also said maybe add a anti-spoiler screen at the end. I don't have my editing software installed yet, so unfortunately that one's not going to work out. And P commented, if this happens again, maybe try Sprint Game or a different account. Again, that's pretty good, but Sprint Games I kind of want to do in their own video because I think that it's interesting to have content for the entirety of the game. Different account is not too bad, but it might be a bit jarring for some people to see just an account that plays games that are purely like offline, like separate from the rest of the series. You basically can never tell when when that account will exist, so you won't be able to follow it very well. So I think the morgue analysis thing is nice. It's related to crawl, it's educational, and it takes up time. And more importantly, it really helps everyone else get that feedback loop, because I've kind of been. It's rare that I get to do morgue analysis videos, honestly. I do them maybe once or twice a year. So doing these will be pretty helpful. So Send them in. It's in the link is in the description below, and it will be in the description forever. It's in my upload defaults, my default uploads now, so you'll be able to just find it every single time, and send them in, and pray that one day I die so that you can get your name and comment read out. Anyway, so skilled at dying. Last video we did Naga Transmuter, didn't work out so well for us. That's okay though. We're gonna try again this time with a new combo, Merfolk Ice Elementalist. Alright, fine, whatever, that's fine. That's a very classic combo. It's not really that hard, technically, in theory, but it can get kind of tricky. So a Merfolk Ice Elementalist is what I would consider to be one of the more classic Scout builds in this day and age. So Merfolks are a pretty interesting race, aptitude-wise. A lot of their gimmick is in the aptitude thing. The only gimmick they have in the mutation set is that they have Spriggan-style speed and extra evade in the water, but they lose your boots. So you lose your boots, you gain a bunch of evade and move speed, which is cool. The aptitudes, however, tell a very interesting story. So you've got +3 to dodging, +4 to polearms, the highest aptitude for any weapon in the game. +1 to fighting, +1 to charms. Oh, sorry, +3 to transmutations, +1 to charms, +1 to ice magic, +2 to stealth. Basically, this character's all over the place. It's a little hard to see where what the character wants to do other than do polearms, right? But it gives you a lot of interesting venues to kind of pursue, which is cool. I think that Merfolk is one of those races where you could argue that they're too boring, but at the same time they have a very interesting and very fluid identity, I think. One that's like interesting enough that you can play a Merfolk 3 times in a row and probably get 3 sort of different setups, unless you go polearms every game. But whatever, right? I don't know. You could argue otherwise. I think that you could play as a mage, you can play as a melee, you can play as half. So that's 3 for me. Today, I don't know what we're gonna play. We're just gonna start off as a mage, and then we'll see what's going on later on in the game. I'm gonna train ice magic in the beginning and spellcasting just to get my spell failures down. I'm not gonna train dodging despite the +3. I can do that later. Fighting I can also do a little bit later. I kind of want to get my spells up first. Stealth I don't really want to train. It's only +2. I could train it. I'm just too lazy to. Okay, cool. So Ice Elementalists are a very interesting starting class. They start with a freeze, a 1-tile range, cannot miss ice attack, I guess that's what it's called. Yeah. It's pretty damn strong. It bypasses AC. It's really good, and it can slow enemies. It's probably one of the strongest level 1 spells in the game because it does a lot of damage. And it just is really powerful, I guess. I don't know how to explain that otherwise. And later on in the game, you can kind of see that the Ice Elementalist tree splits off into 2 pieces. So Throw Frost, Ozakuba's Kuba's armor is like pretty whatever, but Throw Icicle and Summon Ice Beast represent a path, a branching path. Throw Icicle allows you to go into conjurations more. Ice Beast lets you go into summoning more, and because of that, Ice Elementalist is a very kind of broad, kind of flexible path. You can choose whichever mage you want to be. So you can actually play this guy as a full summoner once you switch over to Ice Beast, or you can use Icicle as like that mid-range, early game, maybe even to late game conjuration path that kind of gets you some extra stuff along the way. So you end up getting Vehement and you do all that cool stuff. Again, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but could be cool. On top of that, Ice Beast and Ozakuba's armor and Freeze and Icicle to some extent are all great for a melee hybrid. So it's potentially quite a good thing. Okay, cool. So I'm getting shit on right now by this dart slug. I tried to close the door. I was unsuccessful. But now I have managed to close the door, and I can now rest here. Whew, okay, that was a bad start, but we made it, I guess. That was potentially death. If I'd opened the left door, I would have had to fight the goblin and the dart slug with the rat around me. So hilariously, I took a 50-50 and somehow won. That was quite lucky of me. Let's pretend that never happened because that was terrifying. Okay, anyway, so level 2 now. I'm gonna pick up Throw Frost. It's a nice long range poke. It's got a decent amount of tiles of range, and it costs 2 mana. Unlike the Fire Elementalist and the Wizard and the Conjurer and all that stuff, I kind of don't have the luxury of trying to maintain space. Freeze is a really good spell, but it requires me to be in melee with an opponent, which obviously makes it significantly worse for being a squishy caster. Which is again why there's a part... the game partially kind of like sends you down this path of being a melee-ish hybrid. You want to be strong enough to keep the freeze alive, I guess. Anyway, I found a Rune Dagger. I'm going to just wield ID it. There's probably nothing that can really be that bad this early in the game. The worst thing is like curse minus whatever, but I'll just freeze anyway. It's fine. But having a dagger speed is not too bad. It's kind of like having a slightly worse regular dagger. A slightly worse trained regular dagger. So I strike at 0.7, which is pretty good. Of course, speed reduces the amount of damage that the individual weapon attack does, but it's still worth it, I guess. And you can see that my strategy is just kind of the same as a regular mage, except my range is really low. So I'll see an opponent, throw a rock to get their attention, I'll back off, get somewhere safe, and then start freezing around. And I'll just repeat that until the opponent is dead or I'm dead, I guess. Rocks are a decent way of getting some early game damage, and also it's great. They're great for drawing the attention of an opponent that might be asleep. Okay, I hit level 3. I went for int because I'm a mage right now. Again, I'm not convinced that I'll be a melee. I might be a melee at some point, but not right now. So for the time being, I'm going to play as if I have no intention of being a melee character. If I wanted to be a melee character, I would be waiting for any spear, which I still kind of am, and I would be training fighting right now. But for the time being, I'm happy being a Ice Elementalist. Worst come to worst, I can just kind of transition over to melee over time, but the int point doesn't really matter, again. So honestly, I should really not be discussing the int, like my stat choices. If I were to really stick by my guns, I guess, and say, hey, look, stats are memes, so they don't matter which one I pick, I would actually just never talk about them, but I don't know. Some people really still have that misconception that stats are important, so... well, might as well discuss it, you know what I mean? It's really not that important, though. Anyway. So Ozakuba's Armor is an interesting spell. It gives you AC based on your spell power up to, I think, like 9 or something, but if the second you move, it breaks. On top of that, it also costs... it also cannot be used with... encumbrance rating of any armors with encumbrance rating of 5 or higher. So I think like Swamp Dragon armor is too heavy, making the spell kind of okay, I guess. But you have to be using really shitty armor, like troll leather armor. It's not bad necessarily, but I think that it might be a little too annoying for me to deal with right now. Also, I didn't talk really that much about the. I didn't talk all that much about. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry, I'm like zoning out. I didn't talk too much about the branching path, which one I would take this game. On average, I will almost always take the... I'll almost always prioritize Ice Beast over Icicle. I find that Ice Beast is much more mana efficient and also does a far better job at dealing with enemies in lair and such. I mean, Icicle is great. It's a top tier spell, I would say, almost certainly. But I don't know. I sometimes feel like Icicle is not as mana efficient. I prefer Ice Beast. It just feels a bit safer for the same costs. Yeah, you lose a bit of EXP, but it's not super relevant, honestly. So, you know, that's how I see it. Again, Icicle's more than... it's hard to stress how good Icicle actually is. I think Real's one of the Hearthstone developers, and also a avid crawl player. I don't know where he is now, but he was active for a very long time. He actually won a game with only Icicle, so like as his only offensive spell, which speaks volumes as to the power of that spell, meaning he had to kill Orbs of Fire, Ancient Liches, all that stuff with Icicles. So that's pretty crazy. And you could definitely not do the same with summon Ice Beast. So, you know, it's a good fucking spell. I just don't want to use it because I feel like I want to use Icicle first. Sorry, summon Ice Beast first. It's all a question of opportunity cost, to be honest. It's not really like I have to pick one or the other from the beginning. It's more just like, kind of want to have a little bit of extra, of an extra safety measure in the beginning of the game, and then I can Icicle later on. Like, Summon Ice Beast is inordinately powerful against like uniques and stuff, so it's just a little bit better in my opinion to go for first. If I was given a choice between the two. I don't know, I feel like I've qualified this too much. I feel like I've overqualified it. I didn't need to talk that far into the branching path. But it is, I suppose, a fairly important decision for many Ice Elementalists. I mean, on a Kobold Ice Elementalist, I think I actually did transition one time from... Oh my god, this jackal's stuck in this bush. And neither of us are strong enough to pierce it. Ah, fuck that then. Alright, whatever. Yeah, so one time I think I actively went for the summoning thing on Kobold, and it just worked out fine. Like, it was perfectly good. But I also felt like the Icicle was doing more in the mid-game. Ice Beast kind of, like, slows down a little bit by Rune 1, and Ice Beast sort of just keeps going, I guess. But, you know, that's fine. Ooh, Halberd. Okay, so... I found an early Halberd. That's really, really insane. So I'm going to go ahead and just start training more polearms now. +4 to polearms means that I'm going to get it to Mindelay pretty damn quick, which is really good. I'm going to enchant it as well. So this weapon strikes at 1.5 right now. You'll see that within a couple of turns, or within a couple of kills, it'll be swinging much better already, which is good. Again, one of the main reasons why I want to pick Halberd up, a Halberd up, is because I want to make use of that really, really nice +4 to polearms. It's a very cool thing to do. I was trying not to make the pun, but then I couldn't think of a word, so, you know. Hey, I made a pun. Nice. I'm sorry you had to hear that, but, you know, I did it. Alright. I'm still looking for my ID. There we go. There's the ID. Awesome. ID, the healing, and the curing potion. Very nice. Got quite lucky there. Ooh, Kiku. You know, Kiku's an interesting one. I don't have very good necromancy aptitude, do I? -2. Yeah. Okay. I actually would have picked it, but then I'm like, do I really want to pick Kiku? Seems like a waste. If I was playing super, like, properly, I would have already picked Aquara right now. D3 Aquara is a free win. But, you know, since this is a YouTube channel, I'm gonna make slightly suboptimal things. Sai Lameo. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. It's okay. We'll get through this together. Oh, fuck. Okay. The wizard man is destroying my Ice Beast and me. Uh-oh. Please don't kill. Oh, that was scary as hell. Okay. Well, anyway. Kill that guy. Okay. That guy had a trident. I actually think the trident might be better than the halberd right now. You can see I already have 2 points in polearms, and I pretty much did nothing, so you know, you can see that I'm getting quite strong. I'm gonna train more int again. I think it's still, like, we're still in the phase where we're probably still gonna be casting magic for most of the game, so I don't think it's worth my time to start training, like, strength or something. Okay, let the Ice Beast handle things. +6 spear. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing today. Just gonna use that spear. +6 is a really high number. I don't know how it even got to this point, but 6 enchant is very, very good. Because it just makes it so that all my attacks are more accurate and significantly more damaging, which is quite nice. It's not quite as good as I think 6... Oh, fuck. Wait. Whoa. Wow, I did not get smoked one time. That was crazy. Okay. Let me go over here then. Okay, let's back off for a sec. I saw the hound there, but I got PTSD from my last game, and then I just decided not to die to a hound. Okay. Teleport's cool to pick up. Identify is also nice. Enchant armor's probably okay, but I would rather have remove curse right now, just in case. The reason why I'm buying these is twofold. I also get a free ID if I buy an unknown scroll. So I now know what all teleports and remove curses are, which saves me the extra IDs. By comparison though, the enchant armors don't mean quite as much for me, so that's why I didn't buy them. I can spend 10 gold on the Scroll of Noise, same idea. Just ID any Scrolls of Noise from now on. It's fairly cheap, so, you know. That's the equivalent of buying an Identify Scroll for 10 gold, but you only get to see one specific outcome, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, so it looks like this character is actually almost strong enough to take on this Orc Priest pack already, which is pretty cool. Okay, I don't think I can take that much damage in one turn from an Orc Wizard, so I'm just gonna kill him. That was probably more risky than I needed it to be, though. I could have avoided that just by healing, but whatever. That call saved me one healing potion, I guess, so not bad. Okay, freeze this guy. Orc Priest, I think, can do up to 16 damage. It might be 20, but I'll treat it as 16. Oh shit. Okay. This is a bad guy to fight. Okay, that's fine. Ogres can hit up to 35, so it's pretty scary. I thought they could only hit up to 31, but I was actually wrong the whole time. So, you know, just goes to show how much you should trust me on the numbers. So if I say anything about max damage numbers, you know, maybe just take that with a grain of salt. Okay, well, my summoning has created a temporal rift in the dungeon, so D6 might now be pretty damn scary. I'm pretty sure that miscast also durably summoned the spatial rift, or the temporal vortex, whatever the fuck they want to call it. So I might be in much worse position than I thought I was initially. Okay, put the hat on. That's cool. It's 1 extra AC. Nemelex, Gozag. So let me look at the gods right now. Okay, so the gods that I'm considering right now, if I was given a choice, would be Aquaru, which I'm not going to pick because I already picked Aquaru. Rue, the Humit, McCleb. Is that it? That might be it. And Gozag. I've already picked Ashanzari. Could also have picked Fedass and Hep, but I'm hesitant to pick That's actually the default spelling, by the way. That's the correct pronunciation. Because I feel like if I pick Hep, I'm going to be too squishy. It's hard to play a hybrid with Hep because you lose 10% of your HP off the bat. I mean, it's not hard, but, you know, I'd rather not do it. Quaslal could be interesting, but I think Gozag is a fine choice. I think it's decent. I also haven't played Gozag on a non-stabber in a very long time, so I'm going to do that today. So, Gozag is the god of gold. He's a greedy motherfucker, meaning that everyone you kill from now on will turn into fonts of gold, which is cool. Which means a few things. First of all, I'm not getting any dragon armor unless I buy it. And secondly, I'm not going to get any food from now on, so I have to rely on rations, which might have been a poor choice in hindsight, given that I only have 5 fucking rations left. And I also am a spellcaster. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go ahead and turn summoning off, focus some more spellcasting, and also turn polearms down, train more fighting. I think the strategy now is going to be to head towards a more hybrid/melee route, rather than going mage. Because I can't really go mage while playing Gozag, because in order to go Gozag, I'd have to call merchant, which will open a shop, and then buy food, which will be an expensive draw. Expensive, like, for my funds. So Gozag is really strong because Potion Petition is really good. From the beginning of the time that you join Gozag, you will instantly get this Potion Petition for free, which will give you a list of potions that you can buy from. The first one is free. meaning that the second you worship Gozag, you become invulnerable for exactly one time, like one combat encounter, which is really cool. Call Merchant just calls a shop. It's very expensive. It says 800 gold, but you have to also buy the shop and then buy the things in the shop. And Bribe Branch is the flagship ability of Gozag, I guess, where you can make enemies kind of turn a blind eye to you or join your side. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I'm shafted now. For a brief amount of time. Well, actually, until your money runs out, pretty much. This is really awkward. Okay, let me drink some random potions, I guess. Call in some guys. Wow, he's really just killing those guys. Okay, fine. Kill the whites. Fine. And yeah, it's really good. But another thing that Gozag can do is the money on the ground also can be used. Also distracts opponents who are nearby. So you can see there, I think, that the white is like distracted by the gold. I don't actually know if it's distracted by the gold or the ice beast right now, but hey, whatever, it's fine. +4 flail, +5 longsword. That's interesting. There's a lot of stuff here today. Enchantment. I'm gonna enchant the hat on the assumption that I'm not gonna get another hat for a while. Actually, I shouldn't do that. I should have enchanted like the cloak. Cloaks are harder to come by. No, gloves. Gloves are the hardest to come by, I'd say, of the slots I have right now. Cloaks can be replaced by scarves, and hats can be replaced by helmets. So I made a mistake there. I should have enchanted the gloves, because enchanting the gloves would have given me a little bit more time to get that free AC bonus. Okay, I'm also going to pick up Ozakuba's armor because I'm heading towards that more melee style. I think it serves me well to kind of just... Oh shit, this is really not good. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. There's a berserk, like, bear over there. I'm scared. Okay, that's fine. Cool, I'm actually badass. Never mind. Okay, so there's temple. Doesn't matter now, because obviously I don't care about temple. I don't care about my god. Just gonna explore and continue on. Okay. So, my priority now is gonna be mostly getting rid of the spell hunger, because, of course, I don't want to be using too much food, because I don't get any permafood anymore. Oh, sorry, I have to rely on permafood. I cannot use the transitory rations to... Sorry, chunks of flesh to kind of keep me going, I guess. Okay, Book of Geomancy gives me access to Stone Wall, which is pretty good, but... sorry, Stone Arrow. But I'm not super interested in that right now. Again, I don't want to put too many eggs into the spellcasting basket because it's annoying. Having said that, though, I will still be using Summon Ice Beast pretty liberally, and worst come to worst, I'll just starve to death and it's fine. Again, I'm not gonna try to push this archetype too hard. In fact, I should just turn Ice Magic off in general and start training dodging. I need to start being a mage now. Sorry, a melee character now. Sometimes you gotta accept it, man. You just gotta accept. Oh, cool. At some point we picked up an acid wand, which is really nice. Acid is very, very powerful in the early game, and actually is relevant until the end of the game as well, on pretty much everything. Applies a massive debuff, and is also very powerful for damage as well. I'm gonna train Int again. This time the reasoning for training Int is different. I want to try to get spell hunger down. So you can see now that Throw Frost is free in terms of hunger. So I can now cast that whenever I feel without feeling like I've just wasted half a ration or whatever, which is cool. Again, it's a very small thing, but, you know, it helps. Okay, so I'm going to make my stand here. I'm going to just Ozakubu's this area. So if I move, I lose the armor bonus, which is not great. I'm going to let my Ice Beasts kind of slow down the approach of the opponent, and he just dies without me even getting hit by him. That's cool. I'll take that. Like, I'm not going to complain if I just sit there and Ozakubu's, in Ozakubu's, and then... like, it just randomly, my Ice Beasts just kill them all. I'm not going to complain if that happens. That's like, kind of what I want anyway. Right? So, you know, that's cool. Got a shield. That's kind of nice, but, you know, probably won't have enough time to train it for the time being. Kind of stuck training my melee stuff now. The nice thing about Gozag, though, is that I am not at all going to have to invest in anything like, you know, sorry, I don't have to invest in invocations. My god, I don't know what's wrong with me. I like have this gastric problem or something. Also, I'm gonna go pick up this ring mail. Also, why is there a ring of protection from magic and I haven't known about it? Oh, it's on this floor. Right. I was gonna say, like, what the hell? It's bullshit. Ring mail. Ring mail. Okay. So now that I've made that decision, that conscious decision to go into a more melee setup, I'm gonna switch over to either ring mail or to chainmail. Sorry, to leather armor. Given that summon Ice Beast is that high spell failure with ring mail, it's not actually worth it. So I'm gonna go down to leather armor and see if I can get that to work instead. Again, my itemization is really awkward right now. I'm in the transitory period between melee and magic, but I just have to cop it, I think. It'll take a bit, but it'll be worth it in the long run when I'm a melee character who doesn't have to worry so much about starving to death on every run. Oh, never mind, I'm just gonna die first. Whoa. Okay, 2 Hungry Ghosts. Absolutely the worst possible enemy for me, who is currently facing a weirdly specific hunger problem. That's okay though, we'll just kind of run away. Restart the fight. Put the protection from magic on. Okay, so I think here it's actually worth my time to blow a bunch of consumables to kill this guy. Every single time I don't get hit by this Hungry Ghost, I save an extra couple of food points. So almost a ration worth of food, I'd say. Actually, you know, if I fought those two alone with just the Ice Beast, I probably would have had to pay like at least 3 rations to make that fight back, which is kind of annoying. I kind of made him. I'm sort of regretting my decision to go Gozag right now, but it's okay. When I'm rolling in the cash and, you know, I've got my own place and I don't have to worry about bills, you know, I'll thank my past self. You know what I'm saying? That'll be me. I'll be like, hey, you know, it's all right. We made it out of the slums. We got there. We got to be on that struggle, on that grind. You know what I mean? Some multi-level marketing shit. Oh god, bees. Oh, that's a lot of bees. Alright, I'm gonna make my stand, and then I'm gonna just enslave this guy. He's gonna go ahead and kill that guy. Enslave him too, I guess. Slave that bee. Fight over there. Hey, you can become my slave too. Here you go. Everyone funnel in, kill this one guy. Hey, you wanna be a bee on my side as well? No, apparently, yes. Okay, let's throw acid now. We are a very devious motherfucker. We did not have to fight at all in that fight. Pretty much just got handled for us, which is cool. Okay. Throw acid. Maybe Ozakubas again. Throw some frost out. Stabby, stabby, stab. And there's still an invisible thing around me. That's fine though. I think it died. That's cool. All right, we got it. Not bad, not bad. Okay, Book of Battle's really nice. This early in the game. I don't know if I want it exactly right now, but it is a very powerful book, so I might just go for it. Using that Gozag privilege. Hell yeah. Also, the Book of Enchantments at some point might be kind of important, but not right now. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and learn Spectral Weapon. I kind of want to go for it right now, but I don't think I have time, potentially. Well, my polearm's at Mindalay, technically, for the spear, I think. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Okay, look. I'm gonna get Spectral Weapon and Ozakubas free, in terms of spell hunger, and then after that I'll turn spellcasting off and just start training charms and go for that juicy Spectral Weapons gains. Because that is a really, really good synergy spell that has a lot of synergy with with spears, so it's a very good idea for me to get it. That's an interesting hand axe. I don't want it though. Cool. I have a hat. Sorry, I have a shield now, a buckler, which might be useful later in the game. But again, I have too much stuff to train right now. I can't afford to do all this crap. I'm also gonna drop some extra random crap on the ground because it's annoying. Cool. I think at some point, I hope to God that I get a wizardry or something, just to kind of make it so I don't have to train so hard for everything. It's kind of the problem with being a Scald, or a hybrid in general. You have to spread yourself out thin pretty harshly. I don't know. You end up feeling like you could have trained one thing and been better at that thing than training like a billion different things and being shit at all of them. Like right now, like you couldn't say that this character has any particularly amazing thing that he has, other than the spear. But that's only courtesy of the incredible +6 to the spear that I got randomly. Sorry. Throat's doing a number on me. That's fine. Okay, this is a good time to just Ice Blast the shit out of these guys. I'm really sorry. My throat is not doing great. I don't know what's wrong with me. It sometimes is like that. Also, I've just been like brain farting words the entire day. I apologize for that, and sincerely, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's because I'm recording at like 7 o'clock. Normally I record at like 10 or 11 when I'm just completely out of my mind. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Today I'm like almost conscious, and that's... No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. Do you have protection? Oh yes, he absolutely does. I was wondering because it took so damn long to kill him. Cool. Okay, this is a really great weapon. Protection gives me extra AC. It's higher damage. It feels good to use. It gives me like a ton of extra AC. So if I'm Ozakubu'd in... Oh shit, let me run away here. If I have Ozakubu's and then I also... Oh shit, I need to might this Manticore. I also attack. I have 21 AC. That was a very scary fight. It's a good thing that I preemptively mited. Yeah, it basically gives me extra defense, which is good, because we kind of need that. Eventually, though, I will need to... Oh, cool. Spectral Weapon's done. I can turn that off. Train some charms. Eventually, I'll need to do, like, more defense training, but for now, it's a very good stopgap. It means that I don't have to go for the shield ever, really, and I can just keep doing this. I'm also going to pump a lot of points into the Trident of Protection, because I can afford to do that. Later on, I'll probably get something better, but for the time being, I really want this thing to work. Okay, this Hornet Zombie is actually doing a lot, so I'm going to try to enlist into my cause. Didn't work out, but that's okay. I'm going to grab Spectral Weapon. Got lucky. Didn't miscast it. That was nice. And you can see now that Spectral Weapon just absolutely shit on that place. I'm also going to switch over to Spectral Weapon on ZD, because I'm going to start casting it more often now. It's a really good spell, and... Rations. Nice. I'm just going to go ahead and pick them all up. Use all my gold, that's fine. I don't really need it right now. The gold is not relevant. We'll build it up more later. For now, rations are nice. Potion of Resistance is eventually going to be useful, but whatever. For the time being, it's fine. Yeah, what was I talking about? Anyway, Spectral Weapon, really good. I've explained it before, but on the Null Scout, but it basically just gives me an extra tile of reach on my Spectral Weapon because I'm using a polearm. It's pretty decent for that reason alone. That's a Spectral Warrior. That's really hard to kill. I have no idea how I'm going to kill this thing. Probably Acid Ones. You know what? No, he's probably just going to kill me through the Acid One anyway. I'm just going to not bother. I'm going to leave it here because that was a pretty scary situation, and it's almost 40 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Leave a like, comment, talk about your dog, your cat, your monkey, I guess, if you have one. Maybe your bird. You never know. And, you know, let me know who they are, because I'm interested in your pets. Not sexually or anything. Just, like, I'm interested as a casual observer of the pet fandom. I'm into it in that regard. Non-sexual. Alright, see you next time.